Hey folks, it's Friday. That means it's time to see what back issues I picked up this week. It's not a huge week, but I got some decent stuff. Let's take a look. Those of you who were paying attention probably noticed that I didn't do this week's pickup last week because it was, well, frankly, a terrible week. So I've had to add them all up for the last 2 weeks to do one today. And even then, I only have five, but they are not bad. They're pretty high grade as I like to look. So let's jump right into these. The first issue that I picked up today or over the last couple of weeks is Adam and Hawkman number 45. This is the final issue of the run before the series gets canceled, although there technically is an issue 46 that came out in 2010 as a part of the Darkest Night that DC was doing at the time. Great Joe Kubert cover. And as you probably know, this title switched from Adam to Adam and Hawkman for about the last 6 issues. Pretty yellow color cover, very fine near mint. Happy to have it. Next on the list, this is an upgrade or replacement copy. This is Daredevil number 15. Trying to get it out of the glare here. In about a very fine, the very famous and powerful villain, the Ox, makes an appearance here in this issue, and the Ox actually pops up a couple of times in some of those early Daredevil issues. So Daredevil number 15, happy to have it. Just need a couple more to replace and then I'll be done with Daredevil, other than number one, which you know how it is with the super high ones. The most recent book that I got, this is Green Lantern number 69. I really like the cover on this one, that kind of brownish background that they did. It's about a very fine, and this is right at the tail end of the 12-cent issues and just a few issues before the very famous run by Denny O'Neil and Neil Adams that revamps Green Lantern and Green Arrow. But a nice Silver Age Green Lantern in a very fine condition. Got this at a pretty good price. Two more to go. This is Showcase number 75. If you watched my video last week on my short runs of Showcase collection and some of the collecting quests that I have related to that, you will have seen this one already. But this is Showcase 75 and about a very fine plus. Uh, Steve Ditko art and a book that definitely is reflective of the times with the Hawks versus the Doves, if you'll pardon the pun, the sort of the aggressive pro-war crowd versus the more pacifist crowd in the 1960s in the United States at the time. So glad to add this to my showcase collection. Still working on this as we go. And then finally, working on these still. This is the Amazing World of DC Comics. I don't even remember what issue this is. Oh yeah, this is issue 2. This magazine-sized DC equivalent of Foom that I have collected in years past. I'm actively trying to knock out all of these, although I am discovering that some of the later ones are pretty hard to get. They're not necessarily really expensive, but they seem to be scarcer than the early ones. As with all of these, I do a clear backing board because they had stuff on the back to see, but this issue focuses on what Gary Bates and Elliot St. Magan, Wonder Woman, etc. I'm about two-thirds of the way through this run, DC, The Amazing World of DC Comics number 2. And as I told you, there wasn't a ton over the last couple of weeks, but I did get 5 books to add to the collection. I'm actively working on trying to find new stuff so that I can show you in this week's pickup videos. But until then, we'll see you on Wednesday.